So this next video is going to be somewhat emotional for me. It's actually regarding Pokemon. If you guys remember 2 years ago, we finally learned that Ash Ketchum, who has been the main character for the animated TV series for like how many years has it been? But man, it's been so long. And he actually retired from his journey finally after all these years. It's really sad to see him retire after all these years. But at the same time, though, it's like a breath of fresh air where you see like a new character take his spot as a protagonist. I remember when I was like 8 years old, I saw the first episode of Pokemon on TV, and next thing you know, I was actually hooked into Pokemon, and that's how my obsession with Pokemon actually became a thing. Now, just remember though, this was actually during the time when Pokemon was very big. It became such a big hit, just like around 1999. There was like a lot of merchandise for it. There was like store aisles that were like based around Pokemon as a whole. And to make it even better, we actually got the first movie of Pokemon as well, featuring the supposedly strongest Pokemon of all, Mewtwo. If you guys don't remember what that movie is, it's subtitled as Mewtwo Strikes Back, but they mainly call it Pokemon the first movie because, well, it was their first movie at the time. Over the years, however, my obsession with Pokemon eventually started to fade when Yu-Gi-Oh became a thing. I actually tried to get into Yu-Gi-Oh when I was like in seventh grade, but sadly, though, my obsession for Yu-Gi-Oh did not last as long as Pokemon did. I actually had the main soundtrack from the original Pokemon TV hit series, where they have like the classic Pokemon theme song, the Poke Rap, you name it, it's all there. I still listen to it on Spotify almost every day now. And whenever I listen to those songs again, it's like, wow, we've come so far with the franchise, and it's all changed. It's all changed. I'm really glad that Ash Ketchum got the attention that he deserves, and the fact that he retired after all these years. It was definitely emotional, but also very rewarding. There's a huge part of me now that I would want to be a kid again and experience all that firsthand. But now that I'm an adult, I can hold on to these memories forever, and I can definitely share these memories with kids today to make them understand how special Pokemon was at the time. So there's really not much to say about this video. Pokemon for me at the time was such a big deal. Ash Ketchum, Misty, and Brock, and even Team Rocket. These characters, when you think back on them, they all have like a very special place in our hearts. Whenever I think of the Team Rocket trio, I think of them more like as anti-heroes, or more like supporting characters for the heroic trio, instead of just being actual villains. I know in some seasons they were actually serious characters with their devilish work, but all in all, they have helped Ash and his friends through so many things. One of them being from the movie 2000, that was like the second Pokemon movie. They were helping Ash get get through his goal to whatever it was that he was trying to become. I can't remember it all. I'm trying to like express myself through the memories of what I have with Pokemon. It was such a great time for so many of us to be kids. This all happened in the 90s and the early 2000s, and these were like our best times to be kids. We had like the best stuff ever. We had Pokemon. We had, well, Barney was still a thing even in the early 2000s. he was a really big hit in the late in the early and mid '90s. We also had Shrek. That was also a big deal in the early 2000s as well. Disney at the time was still very good, unlike now, which I'm not going to go into that for this video. I just want to most mainly focus with the past on this video as a whole. I tried to watch the new Pokemon, but I never really had a chance to get into it. I might try to find some time to watch the new Pokemon anime with Liko and Roy, but I've been so busy, it's hard to get into it. Unfortunately, though, the future of Pokemon isn't really looking too good as far as I'm aware. The last couple games we got for the Switch have been rather mediocre. The games have a lot of bugs and everything. I don't know what the future holds for Pokemon, but I just hope for my own sake that it doesn't end up on life support like a lot of other video games out there today. If it's made by Nintendo, it's one thing, but if it's made from another company, well, chances are it's gonna die quick. This is Major League Gaming, logging out. Thank you for watching.